Ito. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. When you think of the Great Wall of China, what comes to mind? Probably that iconic, winding stone dragon snaking over majestic green mountains. Right? It's a symbol of strength, of history, of human ingenuity. Millions flock to see it every year, snapping photos at famous sections like Badaling or Mutianyu near Beijing. But what if I told you that the Great Wall you know is just a fraction of the story? Today, we're going on a journey to uncover the unseen side of the Great Wall, the parts that won't make it into the travel brochures, the stories that have been weathered by time, and the people whose lives are still intertwined with this ancient wonder. Okay, let's get one thing straight. The Great Wall isn't a single continuous wall. It's a massive, complex network of walls, fortresses, watchtowers, and natural barriers built over centuries by different dynasties. The total length, if you add up all its branches, is over 21,000 kilometers. That's more than half the Earth's circumference. The famous Ming Dynasty sections, built with impressive brick and stone, are what we typically see, but much of the wall, especially in the western provinces like Gansu and Ningxia, looks completely different. Here, the wall wasn't built with stone, but with rammed earth layers of local soil, sand, and gravel compacted together. For hundreds of years, these earthen ramparts have been standing against the harsh desert winds. They're less photogenic, maybe, but they tell a powerful story of adapting to the environment, abusing whatever materials were at hand to defend the homeland. Imagine soldiers out here, not with a grand stone fortress, but a wall made of the very ground beneath their feet, staring out into the vast, empty desert. One of the most fascinating unseen sections is the overhanging Great Wall, or Zhuwanbi, Changcheng, near Zhouyugan. Imagine a steep, rugged mountain. Now, picture a section of the wall climbing it at a dizzying 45-degree angle. It looks like a ladder scaling the heavens. This part was strategically built to defend the Haixi Corridor, a critical part of the ancient Silk Road. It wasn't just about keeping invaders out. It was about protecting the flow of trade, culture, and ideas between East and West. Standing at the bottom and looking up, you can't help but marvel at the sheer audacity and determination of the builders. How did they even get the materials up there? It's a testament to human will that's just as breathtaking as the views from the top. And then there's the end of the wall, or what's known as the first strategic post of the Great Wall at Jiayuguan Pass. This fortress, in the Gobi Desert, was considered the westernmost point of the Ming Dynasty wall. For people in ancient China, passing through this gate meant leaving civilization and entering the wild, unknown territories of the West. There was a saying that if you went out of Jiayuguan, you might never return. You can still feel that sense of finality and melancholy there. Just beyond the pass, the wall crumbles into the desert, slowly reclaimed by sand and time. It's a poignant reminder that even the mightiest structures eventually yield to nature. But perhaps the most unseen aspect of the Great Wall is its modern-day life. Far from the tourist hotspots, you'll find what are called wild sections of the wall. These are unrestored, crumbling, and often overgrown with vegetation. Hiking these sections is an entirely different experience. It's quiet, it's raw, and it feels like you're a true explorer, discovering a lost ruin. You have to be careful, of course, as these parts can be dangerous, but the connection you feel to history is profound. You might stumble upon a forgotten watchtower, its roof long gone, with trees growing right through its center. You can touch the original bricks, laid by a worker over 500 years ago, and imagine their life, their hardships, and their pride in their work. And the story isn't just in the stones, it's in the people who live in its shadow. For generations, families in remote villages have been the unofficial guardians of the wall. They've farmed the land next to it, used its fallen stones to build their homes, and passed down stories and legends about it. Today, many of these villagers are playing a crucial role in its preservation. They work as wardens, patrolling the wild sections, reporting damage, and clearing away litter left by irresponsible hikers. These are the unsung heroes of the Great Wall. They don't do it for fame, too. They do it because the wall is a part of their heritage, their backyard, and their identity. Meeting them, you realize the Great Wall isn't just a monument. It's a living, breathing part of China's cultural landscape. However, this unseen Great Wall is in danger. More than 30% of the Ming Dynasty wall has already disappeared, and much more is rapidly deteriorating due to natural erosion and human activity, stripping bricks for construction or as souvenirs, and damage from unregulated tourism are taking a heavy toll. Thankfully, there's a growing awareness of this problem. Conservationists, local communities, and the government are working together on new ways to protect these fragile sections, using traditional methods and materials to repair the rammed earth walls and launching education campaigns to promote responsible tourism. It's a race against time to save these precious links to the past before they vanish forever. So, the next time you see a picture of the Great Wall, remember there's so much more than meets the eye. Beyond the perfect, restored sections lies a wild, crumbling, noisy and diverse world of earthen ramparts, desert fortresses, and forgotten watchtowers. It's a world protected by local guardians and threatened by the passage of time. The unseen Great Wall may not be as polished, but its story is arguably more authentic, more complex, and more human. It teaches us that history isn't just found in pristine monuments, but also in the beautiful, imperfect ruins that whisper tales of resilience, adaptation, and the enduring connection between people and the places they call home. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey beyond the tourist trail. What's the most surprising thing you learned about the Great Wall today? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Until next time, stay curious.